I'm building my first home, and ChatGPT is helping me do it. Just to give you a little context behind my real estate story and my background, I've been real estate wholesaling, fix and flipping for the past 2 years or so, and I've decided to venture out and go into new development, an entirely new space, something that's kind of foreign to me at this point. But I think that it's overall the direction I want to head in the real estate space, and I'm left with a lot of question marks on where do I go next, what to do. Well, luckily in the year 2025, there's an invention or platform called ChatGPT, and it's incredibly insightful and helpful for anyone looking to do pretty much anything. And so I'm looking to incorporate ChatGPT and helping me in every step of the way for this entire home building process. And we're gonna see how it goes. So the first part of me having ChatGPT help me build my home was, what kind of house was I gonna build? And so I asked ChatGPT the prompt of what new construction homes were selling for the most in this specific area in Houston, and it came out with an answer: modern farmhouse. And so you may ask, well, what's a modern farmhouse? I didn't really know the answers to that either. That's a great thing about Google in today's age, is we're able to look up pretty much any and everything. And so it was a style of home that I really liked. I thought it was very aesthetically pleasing, and again, it also fit very well with the area that I've decided to build in. So in a new construction process, there's numerous layers and phases to each step of the way, and you need to be very number specific in order to hit your budget of what you project to make on every project. What I had ChatGPT help me do was pretty much estimate each trade, each sub, and what those costs, at least in general, would be expected to be, so that whenever I received quotes, bids, pricing from everyone else, I made sure that I wasn't being taken advantage of and that it looked kind of similar. Now again, this is very local and trade specific on each property, and so ChatGPT won't be 100% accurate on these things, but I think they can give you a rough estimate on what to expect for each of these costs. With this part of the process, ChatGPT saved me thousands of dollars. I kid you not, I'm serious, thousands of dollars. I'm talking about the design phase of building a construction home. I mean, these renders that you get aren't for free. And with having the ability to use ChatGPT, I was able to make countless renders of just ideas and not be penalized or charged for them for each render. That saved me quite a bit. Just for example, I had 3 separate renders created by my architect for this project of just kind of spitball ideas of what I wanted to look like. And for each different render, what the price was $350. Well, I used the same idea on ChatGPT to create these renders. And again, that was free. I didn't have to pay anything extra in order to do that. And that's just for 3 specific ideas. Now, when you go to the interior design and everything else, you're paying upwards of $5,000 or more for these design ideas. And again, they might not even be what you use on the final project. And so I think ChatGPT, especially on the design phase, is incredibly insightful and helpful in order to save and cut costs on that entire part of the process. So just to show you how powerful ChatGPT is, I'm going to show you 2 separate renders of the property, and you tell me which one you think is better, this one or this one. Yes, this one happened to be ChatGPT, and I personally think it's better. I'm sure most of y'all agree that ChatGPT had a better rendering than my architect did, which is crazy enough, right? And this is only the infancy stage of ChatGPT, so it's only going to get more and more powerful throughout the years. So I think it's time to use it now. Last but not least, one of the final parts of building a home is project management. And as humans, we're prone to error and mistakes in that entire process, whereas AI is pretty much perfect in that regard as far as being able to create and systemize all these different schedules and items that may fall through the cracks with us. I'll be using ChatGPT to help me schedule and systemize every single step of the way as far as scheduling these trades, making sure that we're hitting our timelines, and everything else to make sure that we stay on course as far as building the project to the desired expected completion date on this project. We'll see how it goes. I'm pretty excited, and I think that it's going to help quite a bit, and it's going to be a completely revolutionized part of the process that most people aren't currently using, just given the fact of the age gap, and AI in general is still a fairly new platform and software that isn't really used in many fields today. In the real estate industry, we're kind of behind on that sense. And I think we'll be one of the first pioneers to help integrate those 2 fields in order to complete a better project. If you're building or flipping homes, ChatGPT might be the secret weapon that you didn't know of. Follow along for more on this journey and stay tuned. Peace.